I know that I come across, like, abrasive and really, like, super opinionated and, you know, like, kind of, like, in a female coming, like, being really outspoken and being kind of, like, if you're not overly, like, chirpy, everything's great, people are all of a sudden suspicious and, like, well, what's her problem? Like, why is, you know, like, why are you being so negative? And I'm like, I'm not being negative, I'm just not being ridiculous like you. Like, I'm not going to bounce around with a handful of daisies while we have nothing to eat, nothing to drink, nowhere to live. Like, this isn't, like, let's not all go out and, like, the first day we were here, the, like, group, the majority of the, like, really positive people in the group, like, wanted to sit down, like, 8 different times to have a powwow. And I'm like, what is there to talk about? We haven't done anything. Like, who cares? And then it was literally like, who's good at relay races? Raise your hand. I'm like, like, you know what, guys? Like, why don't we figure out where the water's kept here? There's a well. We have a map. Like, you want to look at that? No, we're going to talk about being positive. All right, that's cool. It's weird, though, because I do actually kind of make friends easy, but I'm not, like, I can't deal with people being, like, completely, like, fake up front. And it's funny because, like Todd, for example, the first day here was, like, a big one, like, oh, let's have powwows. Let's talk about strengths and weaknesses. How did everyone decide they want to be on Survivor? Like, are we at, like, Girl Scout camp? Like, what's going on now? Like, can we just, like, really? Like, can't we just have these discussions, like, as they come up? Like, do we have to sit down together by, like, the fireplace with no fire in it? Because, yeah. But, and talk about all of it. It just seems, it's just so contrived and, like, weird and, like, it's just, it was like, it seemed like the first day was like everyone's vying for their platform to be like, look at how great and positive and excited I am. I'm so great. Like, let me pretend to be interested in you so I can tell you about myself. I know, I don't think I'm easy to get along with. I think that, you know, I think eventually, like, people can just wear me down and I'll find something I like about you and, you know, make you feel comfortable, but it's hard if I don't like someone or if I think you're stupid and I don't want to talk to you. Like, I have a hard time just, like, being, like, I'm not a good, like, bubbly faker. Thing I noticed about the 2 different teams today, seeing them all together and after, like, being with my team, like, I kind of thought I got the bunk team a little bit, like, a lot of the kind of misfits and, like, not really a lot of personality people, which I still think. But anyway, we have, like, such a, like, dichotomy with, like, we have some of the really, really big people and then the really, really small people. So we have more options for, like, different kinds of things, whereas the other team seems kind of, like, you know, homogenized. Like, everyone's sort of, like, young, southern, and just, like, yeah, let's go. And they have, like, Chicken as the only, like, older guy, you know. My game plan as of right now is I'm still not really sure about anybody in this tribe. Like, I mean, everyone's, like, seems to be too into it and too committed and too guarded. Like, they're all a bunch of, like, Survivor junkies and have, like, obviously, like, spent years plotting and planning on what they're gonna do when they're on Survivor, and now they're here, and I'm just like, oh, man. So it's like, I've had a couple people kind of be all like, with me already, but, like, you can't trust that. Like, who knows what they're trying to pull, you know what I mean? Like, it's not been enough time. It's been, like, 2.5 days of miserableness, which has, like, kind of bonded us all together. Like, you know, we all literally have to huddle together like dogs in nighttime to not die. Like, you know, I'm shaking now. I'm cold. I weigh 7 pounds. Like, anything else I can deal with, it's just the rain, like the constant rain, and not having any place dry to put anything, and not having anything dry to change into, not having any, like, towel to dry off on, or any place to, like, go to get warm. It's just horrible. Like, I'm small, you know, like, I shake, and it's just miserable. And then on top of it, we have, like, not really drinking water yet, not really food yet, and it's just, like, I can starve and lay down in the sun and just be like, I don't care. Like, today, don't care. As hot as it got, whatever, fine. But the constant, like, monsooning rain, just every day is just demoralizing and it's just miserable. Like, all our feet are turning into, like, dead people's, like, cadaver feet. We all have, like, trench foot from, like, always walking in it. We have no floor. Like, we live in a mud puddle. Like, everything is, like, literally just, like, squish, and you sink, like, 4 inches into the ground. Everywhere you go. In our camp. In the camp, by the lake, over here, like, just everywhere you go, it's just mud. And you can't walk in your bare feet, and then you can't put on your tennis shoes. Have not been dry since the first day we got here. My socks were white, I believe, at one point. Now they're just black. It's just a horrible, horrible way to live.